All right, what would your reaction be? You're in the Walmart, and some lady starts dropping F-bombs. Personally, I don't want to hear that. And a Texas assistant fire marshal, he didn't want to hear it either. Overheard her, went up to her and said, "Ma'am, would you please refrain from using the language?" Basically, she said, "Refrain from this." Then she really went off, dropped some more F-bombs. He ended up writing her a ticket for swearing in public. So we want to know, is that legit, being charged for cursing? Taking your calls on this at 1-877-TEL-HLN. And first, let's get an attorney's take on this one. Rejoining us, Mimi Coffey, criminal defense attorney who practices in Texas. Mimi, what do you think? Come on, we don't want to hear
Good
cussing.
afternoon, Mike.
Yeah, we don't want to hear the cussing in Walmart, but give us the legalese of this.
The police officer ought to be arrested for oppression of power, Penal Code 3903. She had an absolute right to use that word in the manner in which she used, and she has a defense to her citation, which is public disorder, because he was the one that provoked it, and that is a defense. It's also violative of the legal ethics that police officers are supposed to follow. You are not supposed to use your own personal feelings or feelings of animosity and use them to influence decisions. She did not call him a word. She was talking to her mother, and it was not used in the sense that the Supreme Court would prohibit as fighting words. So what she did was not illegal.
Yeah, but don't we as people have a right to walk up to someone if they're dropping F-bombs in front of our kids? And by the way, she was holding her 2-year-old daughter while she's acting this way, and just say, "Do you mind, please?" I mean, that's not wrong, is it? That if we're offended, and most people, most decent people would say, "Oh, sorry," and you stop dropping F-bombs. She went off and basically fought for the right to cuss in public and became so disorderly that he had to write a ticket. And let me ask you real quick before we get to the calls, Mimi, about disorderly conduct. Yeah. If you are inciting people, one witness said she was going nuts, she should have gotten a ticket, and she's lucky she didn't go to jail. So this lady wasn't nice, she was going off here.
No, she only went off whenever he went to her, and he was in another aisle of this Walmart and said, "Watch your language." She said, "It's none of your business." And at that point, he commits disorderly conduct by provoking the fight. This police officer does not have a right to go preaching and telling people that he has the right to arrest them for language that he finds offensive. You're right, Mike. If you don't like the language, this is a free country. Tell people what you think.
Right.
But just because you're a police officer, it doesn't mean that you can go off arresting people for something that is not illegal.
Well, again, he arrested her when she became disorderly. Who was disorderly first? I think that's where you and I are differing here. Well, let's see what the callers say, Mimi. Charles in North Carolina. Go ahead, Charles.
How you doing today, Mike?
Good.
Let's cut straight to the point here. Now, is it morally correct? No, it is not morally correct to say the F-bomb in front of public places. Is it legal? By all rights, it's legal by the Second Amendment right in our Constitution. This is a case of abuse of power. The man didn't have the right to say anything to the woman about her language.
All right, Mimi's on your side. Come on, freedom of speech, does that give us the right to stand in the middle of the public square and just dropping F-bombs all over the place? That's going to incite something, and that's against the law, right? Mimi?
Well, those aren't the facts. I mean, she was with her mother. Tropical Hurricane Edouard was supposed to come in that day. We're talking about a town of 13,000 people, no Home Depots, one Walmart, and she simply said they're out of, you know what, batteries. She was saying that to her mom. I mean, of course, some 28-year-old woman who's stressed out with a little 2-year-old baby, she doesn't know what to do. How are you going to find a diaper or milk in the dark? She's saying this to her mom.
I got
not
you.
To him.
And the 2-year-olds there. I say, get your water and your canned goods and keep your mouth closed. But let's get to the next caller, Deanna in Georgia. What do you think, Deanna?
Well, to hear someone say that he provoked her to use the F word in public, give me a break. She made a choice to react the way that she did in dropping the F-bomb so many times. I think she was put off by him asking her to show some respect for the public and the child that was probably on her hip. And I'm sure she's going to play the freedom of speech card in this one and use that as a defense for why she feels the man had no right to ticket her for using the F word. And I do agree that it may have been wrong to just walk up and arrest her or ticket her when he heard her say it, but that's not what happened. She got out of hand. She was disorderly. And it's too bad there's not a criminal charge for lacking respect and morals. And I applaud this man for using some authority to try to de-escalate the behavior of this woman, especially in front of her child.
Well, Karen, well put. Let's get in one more call. I agree with everything you said, by the way. Gary in Indiana, go ahead.
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Good, Gary.
My wife works as a customer service associate at the Walmart south of Franklin, Indiana.
So you hear a lot of cussing or what?
Well, I'll tell you what, she could have wrote a book in the last 19 years on people that have went off in that store. She has characters come in there that'll bring a used TV and a new TV box and expect to get a refund. And she had one character one night that called her everything but a white woman and slammed that TV on the floor and busted it up, and he ended up getting hauled in. Now, that is definitely disorderly conduct.
Well, yeah.
She also had a guy one time that brought a shotgun right through the front doors of the store, which he should have been stopped by the door greeter because they weren't allowed to do that. It was back when they sold shotguns. They don't anymore.
Right.
And brought it right up the service desk with it, aimed at her the way he was carrying it, and for all she knew, that he was going to rob the place.
All right. Well, I think to the point, Gary, let's be a little more civil and decent. And Mimi, I'll give you the last word, give you about 20 seconds. I say, come on, do we really want to fight for the right to cuss here? I mean, is that what we're doing? Help me out here. We just want, I'd like a little less of that, not more of it.
Well, the provocation came whenever he decided that he wanted to fight. When she said, mind your own business, a law enforcement officer, and mind you, this is a guy who was off duty. A law enforcement officer at that point has a right to respect people's constitutional rights and not to let their personal feelings or animosity influence their decisions. He had no right to place her under arrest. He had no right under disorderly conduct to provoke a fight. She has a defense. He provoked it, and whether or not we like the word of the F-bomb, the fact of the matter is she had a right to say it. It wasn't directed at him, and it wasn't in the context of fighting words, which is illegal. I am behind her 100%, and she ought to sue him, and that's also a violation of United States Code 241. If two or more people conspire to refrain you from using your constitutional rights, it's up to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine, and when that law enforcement community backs him up, they're in trouble.
Got it. We're on different sides.
Mike.
I knew you'd be a tough fighter on this one, but I'll say I'm glad someone stood up for someone cussing in the middle of a Walmart. We'll agree to disagree. Mimi, thanks again.
Thank you, Mike.
All right, let's move on. All right, an ex-cop convicted as we really change the topic.